I've had a crazy idea. So I've decided to make a handbag, except it's going to be made out of 300 polymer clay charms. Today we're going to start with the overall design of the bag and a few prototypes, as well as making the very first Miss Girls. I'm also keen to add all your suggestions to the bag. It can be like a big group project. So the first step is to plan the structure. Now I want this bag to be fully made out of charms, not just stuck onto the fabric of a bag. So I was thinking of joining all these little charms together using findings like eye pins, jump rings, little screws, and they'll form kind of like a chainmail. To figure out the style of bag I want to do, I'm going to take some inspiration from some of the bags I own. So let's start with this first bag. I really like the shape of it and I like these rings. I think they would help to provide a lot of strength since I don't know how strong the jump rings and the pins are going to be. However, I prefer that this bag has a lot more dimension and shape. I like how it just sits by itself and it still holds its structure, whereas this bag just sits on a pile. I do think this may be a little bit too rigid for the organic shapes of the charms though. And finally, I like the construction of this bag, not necessarily the shape, as I think it folding in on itself wouldn't work very well, but I like how there's a front side panel all the way around and a back panel, and I think I want to replicate that. So kind of a combination of everything. I think the 3-panel construction from this bag, the shape of this bag, and finally the structure of this bag. I'm going to sketch out a few ideas and then make a paper model, then we can start with the actual pattern of the bag. So I've highlighted the parts of each design that I like, so I really enjoy this thick charm handle and I like this jelly bean shape. I'm thinking maybe of doing like some tassels of bead for movement, but I don't know if it'll look too busy yet. I think these ones are too rigid. So now I'm going to do a drawing combining all these elements that I like. Made this little 3D paper model and it essentially has this shape still but 3 panels. This panel that goes all the way from the bottom continues up as the handle, so it's one big loop, and then a front and a back. I will have to work out what the lining will be though, so this bag can have a bit more structure and support, but so far this is the plan. Reveal. Also, I got distracted and I drew this, but like how cute would that be? A giant Miss Girl face bag. I'm getting sidetracked. Goodbye for now. I'm stealing my boyfriend's cool computer. I just imported my sketch of Koala Toast Miss Girl into Fusion, and then I've traced around the edge of her, and then I've built up the 3D model, and there's this ridge here where I'll put the screws just to test the prototype. This is just to show the rough shape of the Miss Girl and just to see what the bag will look like roughly. been told I'm meant to wear glasses when making stuff and reading, but I never do because I hate things on my face. Also, I'm wearing my clay ring because I'm obsessed. My boyfriend also made these 2 rings, which I love so much. I made this ring and he made these 3 rings. They're all handmade jewelry. I 3D printed a bunch of these Miss Girl shapes, and the idea is so I can prototype how this bag's gonna work and what it might look like before going to all the effort of making these charms. I've done a little tester to see how they fit together. It's kind of like chainmail. I've used bindings and screws because I want the Miss Girls to make up the bag. I don't want them just to be stuck on fabric. To build this structure, I've just been lining the Miss Girls up and then marking where I need the screws with this Sharpie. So here, and here look good to me, maybe one there on both Miss Girls. And then I'm just going to drill holes and screw in a tiny screw and then add the jump ring. This is the drill I use for everything. They're pins and the resin. There we go. And she's attached. The plan is when every Miss Girl is supported, it will be stronger and hold its shape. So we get our little prototype on here. The idea is all the Miss Girls will sit on the bag like this, all connected, and then I can use mini charms to fill in any of the gaps. Oh, she's so heavy. Okay, so it's now time for my prediction. I want to predict how many charms I'm going to use on this bag, just so I have a rough idea before I go in making them. But I would love for us all to have a guess. So write down your prediction in the comments below. But I'm going to work out mine now. I'm going to lay the little prototype we made onto the bag and just see how much space that takes up. I'm going to guess 56 for the front and 56 for the back. There's sort of no method to my guessing. Like, I'm as good a guess as yours. If you're interested, it kind of looks like that. And it's gonna have mini charms in between. And then the strap, I'm thinking is gonna be fully made of heaps and heaps of mini charms, like all tightly packed. So this is, oh, funny enough, I feel like the strap is gonna take the most charms. Plus 136, 380 is my prediction. So we will see. Now onto the designs. I like to sketch all my designs in one big grid, so I'll copy and paste my little Miss Girl template onto one page, and then I can see what all the outfits look like next to each other. I think my biggest priority is the colors. I prefer working like this because I can visualize what the colors all look like next to each other. And here I ended up going for kind of a green theme at the beginning, so I went with a green apple, then a frog, a green onion, and then finally a clover theme. Now I'm just doing an orange Miss Girl. I was really struggling here, as you can probably tell, because I didn't really love the orange and green colors together. So I was struggling a little bit with this one. And then finally I went on to making a dragon fruit Miss Girl. But yeah, I will start with the rough sketch like this. This is just to literally blot out my idea. And whatever designs make the cut, I'll redraw that Miss Girl properly and all neat, and she can be turned into a sticker and whatnot. Bonnie's just out of frame. Let me expose her. She's purring. I'm going to end the video here. I think we've made really good progress in designing the bag. Now I just need all the Miss Girls to make the bag. So I'm thinking for my next video, I want to do a 24-hour clay challenge, where in the space of 24 hours, I'll try and make as many charms as possible. I don't think I'll come close to 300, but I can try. I've done a heap more designs to go on the bag, but again, I'd love to know your suggestions and I can add them on the bag. Okay, I think that's it. Bye.